pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Where did everybody go?
Okay, so we'll wait for Tony to come. So we just did the pledge. Roll call, we have everyone here. Thank you. Our new interim manager, Tony, thank you for joining us this evening. We're happy you're with us. Thank you for stepping up to the plate and helping us. So we appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So we don't have a public hearing. And Tony, I know I put you kind of on the spot. I thought you'd like to give a little manager's report, if you'd like to, in the beginning, for what you've been doing.
Yep, I mean, it was fast track 2 weeks getting acclimated. I started on the 3rd. We toured all the departments. I met the department heads. We had a department head meeting. I've met with our engineers, Kristen O'Donnell to go over grants, John Queen to go over water. We had a meeting to go over the insurance policy with the Reese Group. I've reviewed an overview of the CSCA contract. You and I reviewed the reorg. I toured the village with the building inspector to go over any of the troubled, in air quotes, properties, and I signed vouchers today. We also had reviewed the canvas letters for the DPW, and we ended up interviewing 2 candidates. One of them canceled at the last minute due to the fact he felt it was too long of a drive from where he currently lives. So that was it in a nutshell.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Any questions for the manager? Anyone? No? You're all good? Okay. Up to the minutes, 5/19/2026, and make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'm just looking for something really quick before we do that.
And we
I
make
make
a
a
motion?
motion to.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Cheryl, Jerry and Cheryl. Christy, you might have something?
Yeah, I thought in one spot.
Yes, thank you.
I thought in one spot I saw Attorney Donovan instead of, but maybe not. Maybe my eyes were crossing.
I didn't see it, but I'll reread them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then no.
Okay.
If I find it,
right
I'll
here,
just,
right
is
here.
it there? Yep, I knew I saw it somewhere.
Go
This
to
was
the
in the
page before that.
19th.
Page before that. On the bottom, what's it for? Fire hydrant law. Oh, that was, her name is Donovan, Maria
That's
Donovan.
Maria, that's the lawyer.
It's not Dave.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
was like, wait a
Yes.
second.
Yep.
Okay.
No, it's not Dave yet.
Then no.
Her last
That's
name is
it.
Donovan. Yes. It's all good.
There's one thing I wanted to bring up as more of a question. Yes.
Can you use your mic, please? I can't hear you.
There's one thing I want to bring up as a kind of general question. In the minutes, it stated that people stated the code, but if you're doing verbatim, should that code be provided as an addendum on the back of the minutes, or should the whole thing of what's being said added versus just saying referred to local law?
Well, we have a code book. People can look up the local law. I mean, that's what it's there for. Unless we're creating a new law, then we maybe want it attached. But if it's something that's already in the law, then I just looked up some today on snow removal and other things. So, I mean, you can always look them up. If you want them attached, then that's a board decision.
I think it's more of a question of the verbatim minutes. because
I know
if
it
you're-
is.
If that's what you're going for, then it should be stated somewhere within the minutes. So,
I also agree with that. I think if we're going to use verbatim minutes, I don't think there's any need to really approve them either, because we are saying they are verbatim, word for word.
Well, you're still
If you
reading
can
them.
remember everything that's said at a meeting, word for word in 22 pages, then you're a lot better than I am.
Let me reiterate verbatim, the gist of what is being said. I mean, we had minutes that were not anything that I liked when in the middle of something, because I couldn't go back and understand what was even being said. So for me, if you're gonna give me the points of what's being said and why it's being said, because 20 years from now, I'm gonna go back and read those minutes and say, who voted on that and why did they vote on that? I wanna know why you voted on that and why you voted on it, and say, oh, that's why it was discussed. That's the important part of those minutes for me. It's not necessarily for today and tomorrow, it's for the future of this village. And I know verbatim is every single word. I mean, she can leave out it and they and kind of concise that paragraph, but we tried that once and it really didn't work for me because lots of things were missing in it. So I really, if she wants to try it again and you want something to be different and she can kind of make it more concise in what's being said without every single word being there, I'm maybe okay with that. So if you want to try it, but I know last time that it happened, it was not successful for me because I was missing so many things. I said, well, who said that and why did they say it? You know, what happened to it?
I thought in this day and age, though, everything is stored now forever on YouTube. That's why we went to use YouTube.
It is, and what's going to happen in 5 years from now? It may not have that at all. How are you going to find things? I mean,
Well,
at
where's
least
it gonna go?
At
I
least things.
wouldn't want to sit there and watch a 4-hour meeting to find
Neither do
something.
I,
I want to read it. If I can skim,
But you can
This.
remember every single word we say, every single meeting.
you
and
shouldn't
we're
have
going-
to. If the minutes are verbatim, you shouldn't have to remember every word. It should be in there. I should be able to look back and say,
Can we please speak one at a time?
yep.
Thank you.
I should be able to look and say, Deputy Mayor Thompson said this, this, and this. I shouldn't have to remember it 5 years later. I shouldn't have to remember it 2 weeks later. It should be in there.
That's what I
right?
mean. So can you
Is that-
remember from a month later, when these aren't accepted and we have to wait another 2 weeks, these are minutes that could potentially be a month or more old, I don't feel comfortable approving them because I can't remember every single thing we talked about. Verbatim means word for word.
I
So-
can't remember what I did at lunch half the time, so.
But then how do you approve the minutes? How do you know they're accurate? Do you compare it to the YouTube video?
Would you rather approve them that don't have the correct information in them? I mean, I don't know, I'm just
It
asking.
doesn't mean it's not correct. It means it's not word for word. It means it's content. It doesn't mean it's every single word that we
Okay,
each
let's
speak.
try this. Let's try it a different way with our new clerk and see what happens with concise minutes of what the conversation is, maybe not necessarily every single word, but knowing that what direction, like if you're voting no, why you're voting no, not just no or yes. I want to know, I always give a reason why I'm voting. I'm either voting yes or no because of this, because of that. And I think everyone should do that. I mean, that's why you're voted in here, to let people know why you're doing that. But for me, I really like to know, and I go back 20 years and I can remember sitting at those meetings and what was discussed, and when I read it, I go, oh yeah, that was said. I mean, I've been coming to these meetings forever. So when I go back and read the minutes, I go, oh yeah, I remember that meeting, and that's what happened, and that's what, you know, it is important, whether you want, it doesn't have to be every single word, but it has to be the gist of what's being talked about for me. So if you guys want to try it for a meeting and just say, this is where it's going to go, and try it, I'm happy with that, and maybe it's going to be good enough, because the last time we tried it, Lynn, you actually said it wasn't good enough either for the last.
It wasn't. but
Correct.
We have a different,
I get it, so
have a
I'm
different
willing
clerk.
to try it, not verbatim, but most of it would be there. Why people are deciding what they're deciding.
Yeah, I just know a few weeks ago that there was quite a bit that wasn't in there that I know was said that wasn't, you know, if you were to go look back in several years, it's not there. It's stuff that should be there. So I prefer verbatim, that's just me. I'm one person, so that's
Let's
just me.
try it this way, one meeting, and see how it goes. Are you guys okay with that?
Well, I
Looks
think
fine.
that we should maintain the recordings that we have of the meetings. I think, are you still recording? Do you still use the tape recorder to record the
Yeah,
meetings?
we're recording.
So we have the
Do you
recordings.
keep them, or do you copy over those recordings? I mean, it's not the old, regular old tape recorder, is it?
So what we're using tonight is the device you see down below.
Well, that's something
That's
new,
recording
right?
that. That's something new. What we used in the past was a little recorder, and that converted the audio to an MP3 that you could upload to the computers, to the X drive, which is what we use. I still have the recordings from when I was the secretary for the planning and zoning boards. So I maintain those myself. I don't know if the former clerk kept those copies or not, but I know that I have them for my records. So if we ever needed them, I know I have them at least.
Go ahead.
There are record retention rules. So if you do tape a meeting, you have to keep it for a certain time. I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, it's not a tremendously long time, like years, but you have to preserve them at least a certain amount of time. 4 months is in my head, but
Okay.
I'd have to go back and check.
Right.
You're filming the meetings, right?
Correct.
Where is that film?
That's going to YouTube right now.
Okay, is that maintained by the village?
That is, I don't know who maintains that.
It's maintained by YouTube.
By YouTube. So again, if
So why
YouTube
don't-
goes out of business, if that changes, who knows what's gonna happen in 10 years? I don't know. You know, the electronics change weekly. They change,
If we switch carriers out of who we use now, is that something that they control, or is it something the village controls?
Why can't you post it on the Village of Walden's website?
we used to post it on the website after the meeting. It was posted.
No, that was
So
on
there's,
Facebook.
I thought it was on
what I'm
Facebook.
saying is
On
that's
Facebook.
your record, because that's verbatim. And it has the person who's speaking.
Well, I'm okay for one meeting to see how it works out, Miss Clerk. Okay? Are you all with that or not? Or you still want a verbatim? Jose, where are you at with this? I need your, pull your thing closer, please.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, for to this meeting. Cheryl?
I feel it should be verbatim.
Can't hear you.
I say I feel it should be verbatim.
Okay. Okay. All
I'm
right.
okay with content.
Well, let's see how it works out, and I'm happy to try something. If, we'll go from there. Does that work for everybody? Okay. Give it a meeting. Thank you. All right, so approving the minutes for June 2nd, 2026. Make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the June 2nd meeting.
Is there a second?
Second?
Lynn and Jose, any questions, any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
I'm sorry, we did not vote on the
I'm
other
gonna
ones.
say, I
Yeah.
just said, did we say aye? All in favor on minutes 5/19/26?
Aye.
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 All ayes, thank you.
I have to abstain because I wasn't part of that
Okay.
meeting.
Thank you.
I wasn't on the board then.
Payment of audited bills? Did we
Make
get
a-
in to see the
make a
bills?
motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Any comments, questions on them? Everybody's good? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any abstaining? Any nays? Okay, everybody's good. Thank you, Mary Ellen. I'm sorry.
We need to,
Jose made who made the first?
Oh, I did.
Christy
And Cheryl.
and Cheryl.
we also need to approve budget transfers.
I don't have that. Where's that?
She added them all. They say abstract of budget transfers.
Please.
Oh, I just got them tonight? Okay, I just picked them up in my box. And Kathy's not here, right? No.
I'm sorry, on the motion to approve the audited bills, it was first proposed by trustee Mishk and then seconded by,
I think it was Jose. Was it Jose?
No, the bills was myself and Cheryl.
okay. In that order?
Yes.
Sorry, we just got this information this evening. I got it this evening, I don't know if anyone else got it.
This is all within her lines?
And this is all for the building department? Do we know if this is all from the building department?
No, because some of it looks like, with Park and Rec.
It
Oh,
says
there's
on-
Mike.
It
Oh,
says
okay.
on the top, Mike Bliss,
Bliss.
Okay,
Kathy, and Mike.
Who's the second page?
I did see that
This
little
page.
link.
That goes with this. That's with Kathy's.
You sure?
Yeah, adding up all
Yes.
those little lines. and everything.
I thought about it, 'cause
We can round them up and do it. All right.
are these all staying within their own lines though? Where do you see Mike? I
This
missed
is on
that.
top, Mike Bliss. These are Kathy's.
These are Kathy's.
These are Mike. Mike Bliss. and this
He has
is
it all
what
typed
it's
out, look
for,
at
though.
him go. But these are, look, what I'm saying is these are all within his own lines.
Yes.
These
this
are
is in
all
the
within
park
his-
lines. Seven, yeah, that's seven.
Oh,
This is
in
parks.
They're all
Yes.
parks.
Budget
And this is all
transfers.
within buildings, they're just being transferred
Threes,
within
eights,
themselves.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know, too.
Okay.
All right. Anyone make a motion to approve them, the transfers?
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion.
That's Lynn, and is there a second?
I'll second.
Christie, any comments, any thoughts, anything?
The only question I have is on, from what I'm told, this is the building department.
Yes.
Why are the telephone internet expenses so high this time?
Why are what is that? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Telephone what?
The telephone internet expenses down the bottom of the second page. It's over $3,500.
I believe that was with all of the issues they had with the,
Computers.
with the computers, the telephones, the Alpha Tech had to come in. I think
We
that's
discussed
all the
that.
things that had to be done over there.
Mhm. We're gonna discuss it again tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like with the Park and Rec, I mean, it says budget transfers, but it doesn't say what it's for. Like on the building department one, you know, office expenses, publication,
Right.
travel, education.
Well, it's within the account
Within
and
that
the
line, you'd have
lines.
to go look up
Within
those
the
lines. Those are all sevens, are all parks. So,
I just took it out of my bag too.
yeah, I didn't bring my budget with me, so.
I looked at it at lunchtime, I'll be honest with you, so I hope.
And I'm sure Roberta looked at all of this and it's fine, so. So there is a motion and a second.
I have a question on the, what is publications? What are we talking about publications? And then there is education, two big amounts.
Publications are usually their books that they need, their code books, there's
what I-
fire and, fire laws, every year new laws come out.
Right,
Those are
that's what I
publications.
thought.
And
Now-
it's a new year, so it's June.
And the education, I'm sorry?
Education, they have to go to classes. They just went to some classes recently for, again, for code review, for fire and safety reviews. They go to classes for that. There's always additional education for building inspectors and code enforcement officers. And we pay for that to go. And this is probably finishing out, my guess is last year, but I'm not sure. Oh, because it does say 3. Oh, it doesn't say. She was trying to finish out last year's numbers. Any other comments, questions? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. All right, moving on. So we have public comment for the business of the board. Anyone from the public? I have Brenda Adams, 31 Valley Avenue.
Okay, first off, I want to just say it's so nice to see a full board, 2 meetings in a row to have all the seats filled. That's very nice. Congratulations, all of you. Second, my comment is about the fire hydrants. I have no problem with all of the things that was proposed. I've been cleaning out a fire hydrant for over 40 years in front of my house. I do it faithfully. Every time the plow comes through, I go back out and do it again. And if I was ever to get to the point where I can't shovel and I have to hire somebody, I would include that in my in the requirements to shovel my house. But George had likened this to grass cutting, and people get fined for grass cutting. that's their grass, and I agree that whatever happens there, it's their personal property. Even the sidewalk in front of them, people know they have to shovel it. I'm concerned about the fact that one person has a fire hydrant that handles a whole neighborhood, yet if it doesn't get shoveled, that one person pays the penalty for the whole neighborhood. Now, in some neighborhoods, we do shovel on my corner, the people who are permanent residents, homeowners, I want to put it that way. And many of you remember we had a disastrous fire on our corner a long time ago. We lost the lives of 2 little girls, not because of the fire hydrant, but we're very conscious of fire down there because of that. I mean, it was trauma. And so I'm thinking so many of the houses in my neighborhood are apartments. So if the landlord has not made the agreement with the tenant to shovel, they've hired somebody, and they say to that person when they come, this is my property line, you gotta make sure the driveway's plowed or the sidewalk's shoveled or whatever. So that's all that gets done. They don't say to the person who's going to do it, and by the way, if nobody shoveled out the fire hydrant, please go down and shovel that out. They stay right to their own property. So my problem is not, I mean, I always thought it was a law to begin with that it had to be shoveled, and I don't have a problem shoveling it, but I just have a concern that one person will have to pay the penalty of the whole neighborhood. Again, I don't mind. I keep doing it. Mr. Northrup used to come through and always say thank you to me as he was going out to shovel for the fire company. But that's a concern that I just wanted to share. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mary Ellen?
I want to talk about fire hydrants too. I want to talk about fire hydrants that you can't see because people are parking too close to them. And I brought this up at the last meeting. So just to remind everybody, New York State V&T law, 15 feet either direction from the center of the fire hydrant. I'm not a big fan of marking the streets and painting the streets with zones and stuff, but maybe if people can't conceptualize 15 feet, we're going to have to, because you got people blocking fire hydrants all over the village. And AI, so cute. Since you are in Walden, New York, local town or village ordinances might have additional nuances regarding specific curbs or high traffic zones, and AI wants to know if I want them to look it up for us.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. All right, anyone else from the public for comments for the board discussions? No one? Okay. All right. We did not finish the reorg meeting in the beginning of the year, so we're going to finish that now. We have a interim manager, so we're going to go through that. We can get through part of it. So everybody has it in their packet. So we did the call. Everybody's here. I had appointed the deputy mayor last time was Lynn Thompson, and the appointments by the Board of Trustees. So the appointment of the village clerk was a holdover, and I would like to, when somebody might make a motion to appoint Anaceta Valdez to that position.
I'll make a motion to appoint Anaceta Valdez as our clerk.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Everyone, thank you. Appointment of village treasurer. We would like to make a motion for Roberta. I don't know if we did. Let's just do it all over again. We'll do it all over. It's just because. Yeah, she's right here, Roberta. Oh, I have it on mine.
I don't have that.
Roberta McBride. Yeah. Oh.
And see, they're all, this
Is
is
that the old
different.
one?
No, this is one I got today. It's different.
Oh, this
You
is.
have the old one.
This is. I
I was
have.
wondering why you
oh,
were
I
doing
do
the
have the
clerk.
old one. Hang on. Hang on.
Oops. Oh, that's
I
deputy
do.
clerk.
There it is. Sorry. Yep. Okay, good. So we did that already. We did the appointment of Jane G. Law. So we have the appointment. Well, we do have to do it now. Appointment of village attorney.
We did J&G.
J&G. We did that. Appointment of the village engineer. We had that as a holdover, so that's Lankin Tully. Anyone make a motion for that?
I'll make a motion, we reappoint Lankin Tully.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Jared, Lynn and Jared, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have the Board of Ethics members. We have two, I reached out to people, and we talked about it in the very beginning in April before two new board members came on, so I just emailed everybody again about ethics again. We have Ryan Kaki, who is still in there, his term ends on 2030, and we have Lord McNamee, whose term ends on 2029. We need 3 more. I had asked Mr. Nathan Parker a long time ago. He is a veteran. He is a member of the Methodist Church. He was working with a homeless community for a long time. He would be accepting if we wanted to put him on. The other person was, I did find out that we do have to have an employee as a board member, as an ethics board member, which I didn't think we had to, but we do. It's in our village code. So we just reached out, I just reached out to a couple of people today. One was Lynn reached out to Mel Wessenberg for the library board, Beth Balo from the library, and I reached out to Bobby Lynn. It has to be an employee. So we're waiting to hear back from them. So next meeting we'll try to see who everybody wants for that, if they even want to do it. So we need 2 seats now. So Megan Schmidt, Christy had reached out to Megan Schmidt. She's a resident as well. And we had also talked to Jerry Haynen, but he is actually on the planning board alternate right now. So whether we want to keep him there and just do the 2, Megan and Nathan for now, and then wait for so you guys decide. I'm fine with Nathan if everybody wants that person.
I don't think I know him, honestly.
Yeah,
So.
he's great. He's nice. He's a nice guy.
You want a motion?
I would like a motion for,
I'll make a motion that we appoint Nathan Parker to the Ethics Board for a term of how long?
I had it written.
Second.
He is the 5-year term, so
5 years.
he'd be 31.
Okay.
And then we'd have Megan, Megan Schmidt.
Schmidt.
Sorry.
Schmidt.
Would be the next one.
I'll make a motion that we appoint Megan Schmidt to the Ethics Board, and what is her term?
The next one down, so 30, I'll get you the numbers on that. I
Is
had
she
them all written.
4 years?
She would be no, because, oh wait, I have it right here. Hang on. Oh no, this is not my ethics.
What was Nathan Barker? I'm sorry, what was his year?
Hang on,
5,
31.
2031.
Hang on, I have it here. Ethics. Okay, so Ryan is done in 2030. Christy, you had 1 year, so whoever's filling your space would be a 1-year term. So do we want Megan to do that one, or do we want Megan to do that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
see how it goes.
So Megan,
Is 1-year term?
it's a 1-year term, so that'd be 2027. That'd be this year.
Okay.
Paul Puller left us, and his term was up on 2028. So we'll do that for the employee, if that's okay. And then Billy Sweet is out. His term was up 2026, so that would be Nathan for 2031.
Okay.
So
How many is there? 5?
there has to be 5, and 1 is an employee, which we have to hear yet, so we don't know that one yet. So I have 2030, 2029, 27, 28, 26. 26 is,
All right, so Barker is not 31, 2031. What is he, 2026?
who?
Nathan Barker?
Parker.
Oh, Parker. I'm
31.
sorry.
He's the 5 years.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So Megan's going to take your year that's left. Right? You were to 2000. You wanted the least amount when you went
I
on.
did.
So she's got 1 year. We have the employees would be the 2-year.
Okay.
Okay. So that everybody else has
3,
their
4, 5.
dates. Okay.
And then the
Can-
employees, I'm sorry.
They were Bobby Lynn,
Does it matter he's part-time?
No, Mel West, no, he's an employee, he's getting
Okay.
paid. Mel Westenberg, who is the library board, and you have Beth Balo is on,
Or the
It can be a municipal board or an employee.
yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, because library is not technically village employees, correct?
People on the library are appointed by the village manager.
The
So
library
they
board.
are, I checked
They're
with the
on the board.
librarian.
Okay.
Can I make a suggestion? Can you designate each of those expiration dates as a slot, number 1 through 5? This way, that slot number goes with the expiration date, not a name. It'll be easier moving forward when when somebody resigns and you have to reappoint someone.
Correct.
That person will be appointed to slot 1, or
Right.
if you use letters, and that expiration date will go with that slot.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, she'll put that together for me.
Okay. You got it.
Perfect. All right, so for those names, for all the names we listed, we're good. We made motions except for the employee. All in favor? Aye. Okay. We'll have to figure out who the employee, we'll do that next meeting, so thank you. Then we are into, let's see, special counsel. And we have special counsel is Friedrich Nugent McCartney and PLLC. He's been that for a while, so, and we make a motion for that.
And what does special counsel consist of?
They are for the police department mainly, you know, labor attorney, that type of.
Would they do as well as the ethics board? 'Cause we
I
need a
just read our
different
ethics
lawyer.
code today. The village attorney is the ethics code lawyer, as per our code. That's what it says in our code. I just read it today, and I said,
I met
Okay.
with the prior board.
Yeah. Okay, we'll talk
Yeah.
about that later.
yeah, but I
Okay.
just read it today because I know you were concerned about that, so I just
Yeah,
reread
it
the
was,
whole
'cause
ethics because I wanted to.
Nothing moved, nothing, everything just laid there.
Well,
And
we-
something needs to move.
You have to remember, we went through 2 attorneys. We went through
Right.
attorney first, and that was happening, and then a
Right.
whole nother attorney
Okay.
happened. So
Okay,
we're trying to make things better.
okay.
All right, appointment of special prosecutor, Remetta and Remetta, they come to court, so those are the people, prosecutors that come to court. They've been with us before. Anyone make a motion?
I'll make a motion to
Lynn,
reappoint
is there a
Remetta and
second?
Remetta.
Second.
Jose, second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I don't think we need a motion to do the special prosecutor because I interrupted you.
Oh, you interrupted me again?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
can't hear.
we'll make a motion for the special prosecutor because Christie said she interrupted me. So make a motion for special prosecutor.
I make a motion.
Christie, is there a second?
I thought we already,
We didn't make the motion because I interrupted her. I asked questions.
I'll second.
Cheryl, is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye.
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 All right, perfect.
That's why you couldn't hear me, Lynn, because I whispered it to her so the world didn't hear that.
Appointment of conflict counsel, Frederick Nugent McCartney and PLLC. Is there any motion for that, please?
So move.
Jose, is there a second? Cheryl? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Do you want to appoint bond counsel too? You have
Yes,
bond-
we should do that. Bond counsel would be Delafield and Hawkins. We've used them already once this year. For the beginning, we had a bond that we had to do. And it's usually, there's a gentleman named Rob Smith, or there's another gentleman, one of the two that we use. So anyone make a motion for our bond counsel for Delafield and Hawkins?
I'll make a motion.
That's Lynn. Is there a second?
Second.
Jose, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. All right, so appointment of police department chaplains. We have Reverend Jim Van Houten, Annie Kunga, Jim O'Connell, Nava Herzog, and Gary Swinger. Anyone make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
That was
Cheryl, I can't
Christie
hear you.
and
I
Cheryl.
said,
You can't hear you.
I said I second. Becky heard me.
I can't hear you
You
either.
can't hear you.
have
All
to
in
use the mic.
favor? Pull your
Aye.
mic in. Thank you. Appointment of auditors, RBT. We have been using them, and Denise has been successful with our people, and Roberta has been reaching out to her as well for a few things. Hopefully, we'll get some audits done. So Anyone make a motion for RBT?
Make a motion, RBT.
That's Jerry. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Jared? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Designation of the Board of Trustees. The official newspaper of the Village of Walden is Walker Valley Times and Times Herald Record. You wanna make a motion?
So moved.
Jose, is there a second?
I'll second.
Jared, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Designation of official depository banks, Key Bank, Chase Bank, M&T Bank, Webster Bank, T Row, and Orange Bank. Anyone make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Christie, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Cheryl, any discussion?
I have a question. Do we, when it says official depository, I understand what that is, but do we have to say anything there about that New York Forward program that we participate in, depositing money?
I think it belongs to something of this. I don't know. I don't know that answer. It's a good question.
I mean, I'll defer to the attorney, but I think you would have to approve them if you're gonna transfer money into them, whether it's NICLAS or whether it's
Right.
the other firm that presented last meeting.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if that comes under this or if it's a separate entity.
It's,
Yeah. Designated, and if you don't.
We can add
have
it if
to,
you
it's-
want.
yeah.
New
I'm
York,
just asking.
New York Class is what it was called, right? It was New York Class was the name
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, that we
there's
took our,
There's NICLAS, and there's another one that,
we had 9 class.
We only
presented at the Association of Towns we were at at Pamela's. So you have NICLAS? Yes, so then I would designate them just to be safe.
Okay. We'll add that, 9 class. Good point, Lynn.
I said New York Forward, my mistake.
Yeah,
I
that's,
knew,
that's
I
a
knew it was
grant.
night class.
That was class. You got it. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Resolution setting the dates, we did that, and we remembered we did change a couple of the dates so that they would come out.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did.
I
Yep.
did have one question about that as I was thinking about it now. I know we changed it because of the election and stuff, but now National Night Out is on a Tuesday night, and in the previous years, the meeting's been moved so that we can attend National Night Out. Is that part of this, or do you want to just change it when it gets closer?
We already said it. We'll just change
Change
it when it gets closer.
Okay.
Just remind me.
Okay.
Okay. We have to do the resolution, we did that, resolution adopting the investment policy. We do this every year. It's the same investment policy. It talks about prudence, it talks about responsibilities, administration, investment program, internal controls, where the Village of Walden, for all monies collected by an officer or employee of a government to transfer those funds to the village treasurer with 1 day of deposit, designation of depositories and signatories, which we do have, and we're going to add New York class to that. Okay. So I think we should add the New York class to that page as well. Payroll fund, the village treasurer or deputy treasurer and village manager or village clerk are responsible. All other funds, village treasurer, deputy treasurer. There's deposits, safekeeping. So it talks, we've had this every year. It's the same, it has not changed. The village treasurer is authorized to contract to the purchase of investments, directly including those repurchase agreements for the authorized trading partners. Repurchase, I read it all, so does anyone make a motion to accept the resolution for the investment policy of the Village of Walden?
I'll make a motion.
All right, Lynn, is there a second?
Second.
Jose? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, carried. All right, the Village of Walden Board of Trustees resolution for adopting the procurement policy of the Village of Walden. We do this same thing every year as well. Requires a governing body for every municipality to adopt a procurement policy for all goods and services which are not required by law to be publicly bid. There are some things that change that a little bit. So if you read through it, purchases purchase contracts under $20,000 and public work contracts under $35,000, emergency purchases, certain municipal hospital purchases, goods purchases from agencies for the blind and severely handicapped, goods purchases from correctional institutions. So some of these things will change, that they don't have to follow the same decision. All goods and services secured written proposals. Estimates for amount of purchase contract, 1,000 to 4,900, 5,000, 1,000 to 5,000. 2 verbal quotations, 5,000 to 20,000 is 3 written fax quotations. Estimated amount of public works contract, 1,000 to 4,999 is 2 verbal, and 5,000 to 35,000 is 3 written. All in good faith. Municipal laws are part of that as well, and hopefully you read through. Any other comments? Anyone make a motion to accept?
I'll make
I'll
a
make-
motion.
There's Lynn and Christie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. Appointments by the village manager.
So, the process here is, there's a slate that's listed, the only person I'm
Tony.
questioning. Is that? Oh.
This, please. Thank you.
The only person that's in question is the appointment on the planning board member C. We're leaving that vacant right now?
No. Jerry Hanen was not selected for the ethics board, so he's going to remain on the planning board,
Okay,
that spot.
all right. So then, I would like to appoint this slate as listed. I'll list the expiration dates on the planning board. Leslie Dotson would expire 4/1/30. Douglas Campbell would expire 4/1/31. And then on the zoning, Jerry Hannon, I guess, would expire 4/1/27. Scott Borelli on the zoning board would expire 4/1/31, and Lisa Mazzella on the zoning board would expire 4/1/31 as well.
She just wrote this. About the appointment for the deputy village clerk, that is still a holdover, right?
Yes.
And, yeah, okay, the board
And the
doesn't have that, the board doesn't have that paper that you and I have.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to just read those.
So the deputy village clerk, the deputy treasurer, and the deputy registrar of vital statistics are all holdovers.
Okay.
Then you have the deputy, you have the acting justice.
You want me to read the names?
Yes.
Okay. So appointment of the acting village justice, Sean Hoffman. Appointment of registrar of vital statistics, Aniseta Valdez. Appointment of village historian, Mary Ellen Matisse. And then the planning board and zoning board members, as I just stated.
Okay, thank you. Village fees, we will table, because I know the building department wants to talk about fees. Everybody needs to talk about
Yes.
fees, so
And
we'll
just
table
so
that.
you know, the fees are set by resolution, so you could change them any time. There's
Correct.
no requirement that you do it as part of the
Correct.
rework, so. And if
All
you
right,
don't change
so-
them, they stay the same.
We're good. Finished with that. Thank you very much. Took a little bit, but we got there. So back to.
Does the board have to confirm the appointments of the village manager?
No. Nope. So then we go to business of the board. We have park use. There is none this week, and we're going to go to the comp plan for a discussion. I put this on because I wanted to make sure everybody got the comp plan from before, read it through, made sure you got to read it. Some of the important parts are in the back where the, where you go into the, is the plan implementation. So if you read through the whole, what was put before you before the committee, put this before you, the committee had a public hearing, they went through it. This should be the very back of your pages, which talks about the comprehensive plan implementation plan. And that's where after the plan is approved, after you approve the plan, you have a public hearing. We still have to have a public hearing on it as a board. You still have to have it open to the public, then you close the public hearing, and then you can start working on the zoning issues and any other issues that you feel important to work on in here. So that's the procedure. I believe I'm correct in that, Mr. Attorney John, yes?
Well, you also have to do seeker, but I also wanted to just pass out some information to the board that you might want to consider, because in looking at this comprehensive plan, it's focuses a lot on regulating uses, which is fine, but your comprehensive plan is supposed to be your vision and your goals and how to implement those goals. So I would just ask the board, instead of just looking at the words there and making little minor changes to them, to really consider what does this plan do to fill the vacant storefronts here on Main Street? How does it help the property owners make improvements, give them a range of flexibility of uses? If you look at buildings like the package lighting buildings and all these, you know, large buildings that could be a focal point for the village, what are you doing to promote their development? We've had this empty restaurant for about 15 years. What can the village do about parking requirements? I remember when Brian Marr was just elected mayor, we took the gentleman who owned Town Crier, who was moving from somewhere out where he was in the middle of nowhere, and was very excited about that space, but there was no connection to the parking lot that the village had to allow people to have lighted, to have access. That would have made that a very vibrant use for the village, but was thwarted. I've had people looking at the, you know, Methodist church that was for sale a long time in the dilapidated building, who were looking to make it a wedding venue with a, you know, a hotel or inn across the street, who, you know, were frustrated with what the zoning said at that time, so didn't really move forward that. So there's, and then the other issue is housing. I mean, it's been mentioned before your board. There are several buildings I walk by. I've been involved when I was the director of RECAP with the building we were trying to do homeless sites for homeless women veterans in the one building that is located here on Ulster Avenue. I think it's 20 Ulster Avenue. You know, at that point, we had to go through and get a use variance because it's zoned single family. There's no person in the world that is going to take that and develop it into single family. And if you continue to zone these areas where 80% of the uses are non-conforming to zoning districts that keep them non-conforming, you're going to frustrate anybody's ability to maintain or invest money in that. So I think, you know, you had the offer from the person who owned the Thruway. I think inviting some of the community who actually owns and maintains businesses, in addition to the people you've been talking to on the board, might help you come up with some suggestions. And the last thing, I'd say, if you're a clean, you know, what's the word, comply, the Hudson, the
Climate smart?
What?
No?
The community, a climate smart community, that your comprehensive plan then should have real provisions in there that promote and enable climate change measures, such as solar, such as geothermal, and provide programs to help people install. Instead, you have a code that prohibits solar on businesses in your commercial districts, and you have a recommendation in your comprehensive plan to prohibit them on roofs of, you know, historical buildings, which does the opposite of promoting climate smart. It, you know, it de-emphasizes it and makes it more difficult for people to do what you want to do. So I think, you know, you might want to take a look, and I provided you some, you know, information on, the one is a PowerPoint from someone who just presented at PACE on housing issues, on some of the mistakes that municipalities make when they zone and don't consider it for housing, as well as an article from the New York Times talking about you know, the need for housing and how to build it. And it's just not building new, it's allowing existing structures to be retrofitted and allowing, you know, issues such as accessory dwelling units that was discussed with you. And I think, you know, going forward, you have to look forward as to what the community will evolve to. You may want a certain thing, but there's some realistic that retail isn't just what retail used to be. You know, so you might have to make some accommodations, maybe to the rear of some of the buildings, allow some handicapped accessible apartments on first floors, maybe that don't front Main Street, but are still around the first floor. There's a lot of options that I would just, as someone not only has practiced in the field for 40 years, but has lived and owned a business in this village for 25 years, these are some of the things I see as I walk through and I, you know, and I live through that I suggest maybe you know, consider as you go through this process. I mean, it's easy just to look at a couple things and say, well, we can implement A, B, and C, but to have a more vision to not only improve your code and entice businesses, but it also could be used as justification for the grants that you want to see. If you've studied it and have a plan when you go for a grant for downtown revitalization, you can point to your plan in your comprehensive plan and say, here's how, what we studied and how we think these measures can help our community. Therefore, give us the 10 million that you've given other communities in this area because we thought about it and we thought about how we're going to use it. So those are just a couple things I would.
So what you're basically saying is that what was put before us is not something that should move forward? Is that what you're saying? You don't think in your eyes?
I'm not
it's
saying
not complete
it should
enough
move forward.
or
I'm thinking that's some, you know, when a committee gives it to the board, then it's the board's document to, you know, to review and to do secret compliance and amend as you see forward. There's very few that come along from a committee that are adopted just as it is because you have public participation and you have, you know, the committee has their view and they, I'm not saying they did a bad job.
well, the board
they
can
did a
also
good
set a
job.
committee. The board could have another committee for the comp plan committee as a board if you wanted to set a committee with 3 people. And you can invite public. Can you still do that as a board? Or is that only
you
through
have
the...
to hold a public hearing. You have to. It's
I
your
know you're gonna have a
document
public
now.
hearing.
You can amend and it's up to you to adopt it however you feel fit. You don't have to, you know.
So, pleasure of the board. Tell me what your thoughts are. Let's start with Jared.
Well, given new information, I think it deserves probably another look on my side.
Okay. Jerry?
I agree. I have to take time to look at this and compare it to the original document.
Okay. Lynn?
I agree.
Cheryl?
I'm the same.
Jose?
I would like to follow up on some, like John said.
Okay. Christy?
I agree. I'd like to review it
Okay.
more.
All right. So we will just put it on for the next agenda again for discussion again. We'll talk about, read these through the next meeting and see what you think. If you want to add things, take things out, where you put it in the plan. If you want to form a committee within this board to put it all together, and is that something boards do? I know the committee did that. Is that something a board would do, John, or no?
You could do whatever you want. You're the board. Yes,
I know,
you could
but
have-
I'm
you
just
could
saying, what is a
say
normal
couple
procedure?
people, usually it's the board, you know,
Just reviews
yeah.
it and-
But
okay.
if you want to designate a couple people, you can also certainly do that. As you know, as long as at the end of the day, whatever is adopted is done in a, you know, after a public hearing and in compliance with seeker and on a vote of the entire board, whoever looks and, you know, is
Right, so
given the responsibilities.
We'll read through this, bring your comments back to the next board meeting in July, and we'll go from there. Okay, sounds good. All right. Thank you. All right, local fire hydrant discussion. I know our committee met, and Lynn, if you want to talk about that, I know you met with, who you met with and what you came up with. So-
Okay, we had 3 members from the board. We had Cheryl Baker, myself, and Jared Sanusi. We met with Chief George Brown. We met with Dave Kurtz. Chrissy, is he a chief also? Or
No,
just a
he's
member of the fire
commissioner.
Dave Kurtz is also a commissioner?
He's a commissioner.
Okay, so we met with Commissioners Kurtz, Puller, and Werner, and we had one of our water department employees come, Richie Nelson. I thought it was a very productive meeting. We discussed a lot of things. Everyone pretty much agreed with the draft law that's in our packets right now. The only thing that we left up for discussion was some things that would be village board policy and procedure about exactly how to mark various hydrants. There was supposed to be a meeting with the water department yesterday, was it, Tony?
Monday.
Monday.
No, Wednesday. It was supposed
to be Monday,
yesterday, but
and
it's
they
now
had to
scheduled
cancel
for
it.
tomorrow.
Right, so we're gonna go down and speak to them. Dale from VRI is our licensed person in the water department, and he had a few things that he wanted to go over with us. And then hopefully, if we agree and pass the law, then the next step is to just work on the policy, which the fire department was in agreement with all of that.
Okay. So board, it's a discussion. Jared, you were on the committee. How'd you feel? What did you?
Lynn said it basically how it kind of went. I mean, I think we all had, everyone's concerns were definitely for the safety of the village. And what is currently in here is kind of what was agreed upon as like kind of the first steps, but definitely not the end of where this is going to go. There's definitely more policy and more procedures that we probably need to discuss to move forward. I think the biggest thing we were all trying to figure out a balance between, you know, liability, cost, you know, and I think what is in here is a good way to start. And yeah, we'll just continue to figure out policy as far as working with the water department.
Jerry?
I'm pretty much good with what's written here.
Okay. Lynn, you said your piece, yeah? Do you have anything else to say?
No.
You're good? Cheryl?
No, mostly the only differences that some people had was in regards to policy, which is a further work in progress, but in regards to the law we had, everyone seemed fine with it.
Okay. All right. Jose?
My concern is the same as last
Can you
meeting.
use your mic, please?
My concern is the same as last meeting, and also what Brenda was bringing up earlier. I did talk to George briefly as I walked in, but I'm reassured that this is kind of a beginning. I just heard, you know, looking at the balance between liability and cost, and kind of an evolving document. So with that in mind, we'll see what happens at the public hearing.
Okay. Christy?
No, if this is what the committee and the district and department went over.
Okay. I agree. I think it's a good start. I mean, I think you did a great job. Thank you for getting it all together and mixing it together with the fire department and our water department and getting that together. It's great. Thank you. I understand Brenda's thought on the fees, but we can set fees at a later date. They don't have to be as high as people might think. I mean, but how do you, I mean, I look at it that I have a sidewalk. Jose doesn't have a sidewalk. I have a sidewalk. I have to shovel my sidewalk. I'm responsible for the people that walk on my sidewalk. So to me, I get it. I understand and I would probably shovel my hydrant if I had one as well, because I want to make sure that it's working and I want to make sure that I'm covered and the neighborhood is safe.
You can come down and shovel mine once in a while.
I can. I would happy to. Yeah, I don't mind shoveling at all. I don't mind snow. People think I'm crazy, but I don't mind that at all.
Well, Theodore is getting older.
I know
so
he can come shovel the sidewalk
that's
by
right.
your hydrant over there. Jose, is there one on in your spot there? Where is it by you?
So it's right in that oval.
It's in the center.
Right. So is it Tom's or is it mine?
It's in the middle between you and Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that I get it, but, you know, if I didn't shovel my sidewalk or if I don't maintain my sidewalk, I'm going to get a fine. I'm going to get sued. I'm going to get the same thing. So I understand it, and I think what you all did was very good. I think it's a good start. I think we should set a public hearing and move it forward and see what the public has to say. That's up to you guys if you want to do that. Are you comfortable enough to send it to a public hearing? Yes?
I
Okay.
am.
All right. Anyone make a motion for a public hearing for the next meeting?
I'll make a motion to set a public hearing on the
Just-
fire hydrant law.
There should have been a resolution prepared of the original package that introduces the local law. If you don't have it with you, it would just be
Let me
a
see.
motion to introduce introductory local law amendment of village law fire hydrants and schedule a public hearing for whenever you want to schedule it.
Hang on, I might have it in here.
I don't have it in here.
No, I don't have it.
So it's two motions or one? It could
One
be
motion
one
to
motion.
introduce it and schedule the public hearing.
All right, so is that the motion? Who wants to make it?
I said I would make the
Oh,
motion.
Lynn, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
You
Could you set a
gotta
date?
set the date and time.
Oh, the
Yep.
date. The date would be July.
July 2nd? I think it's July 2nd.
No,
No?
it's the 7th, isn't it?
Where's
July
my book?
7th.
Oh, I didn't bring my
July 7th at 6:30. 6:30, or thereafter. Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. All in favor? Did I say that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, let's do it again, thanks. We have a water sewer clerk position discussion. We ended up finding out that we have some major, I don't want to say water issues, but severity on water. And we kind of found out about it at budget. It's been going on for a couple of years now that we found out as well. So I'm going to have basically Tony talk on that. We are looking for a water sewer clerk position.
But it would be an account clerk position. So when I met with John Queenan, we went over specifically the water department, the billing. So in 2024, you produced or processed through the meter 188 million gallons. You only billed for 122 million. There's not that much infiltration into the system. So you lost, I think the number is about 35%. In 2025, the production went up. You produced 211 million, and the billing actually went down. It went down to 104 million. So that was 107 million. I think it came out to like 52% you did not bill for, and 48%. Traditionally, 15% is a number that the state likes under the Water Quality Act, and I think that it's pertinent. You're losing the numbers we figured out, or John figured out, I should say, were over $500,000 per year in revenue. So I had suggested that you bring in an account clerk, you have them focus on those two areas along with possibly garbage, and you can, in one billing cycle, you'll pay back for that salary. I mean, I have someone that is extremely interested. They are currently an account clerk. It would just be a transfer. They're ready to move. I've spoken to civil service, as I believe Becky and Lynn have, and it's essentially a transfer from one municipality to another, even though it's a competitive position, because it's the same title.
You don't have to post?
Excuse me?
You don't have to post that job? It's a civil service job, so.
It's a civil service job,
Right.
but it's a transfer, and it's someone coming from one municipality to another, and the fact that it's the same job title, it's just a transfer.
But we don't have that title here now, right?
Yes, you do.
We do.
You have an account
We do?
clerk.
We do.
Yeah.
And you're looking at this to be a permanent, not a temporary, to,
You would have to do this permanent. If you're gonna do it at all, you have to do it permanently. Roberta was kind of like figuring out you budgeted $25,000 for a part-timer, and I would say you're gonna need $56,000 for someone full-time. The extra $31,000 would be transferred through salaried lines that one of them is the DPW supervisor who's not here. So you're not spending that money, so a portion of that extra 31 would be transferred from that.
So that person would be coming in at the salary he or she's making in whatever municipality you're talking about?
It's actually a little bit below it.
What I think Tony's looking to do is to have the position to be able to get that position. I'm not really that person, but we don't do those hires. It's not something we hire. It's a manager.
So what would,
Where he's coming to us, normally a manager doesn't have to do any of that, but he's coming to us because he's interim, so he wants to make sure we're aware of what's happening, what has happened, why we need to do it, to increase our revenue in water. I mean,
and this clerk has an understanding as
Excuse me?
this particular individual has experience with water billing issues and
Yes.
resolving.
Yes. They're account clerk, and it's a pretty generic job description. You want me to read the job description for you?
Yeah, I think the public would like to hear it.
Okay, so the account clerk at Civil Service of the Orange County has distinguishing features of work is primarily of routine nature and involves the application and standardized account keeping practices used in maintaining and checking financial accounts and records. The class may also assist in performing the more difficult and responsible phases of this type of work. Account clerks work under general supervision on standard assignments in accordance with the well-defined and established procedures. Detailed instructions are given for new or difficult assignments, and unusual problems or situations are referred to a supervisor before action is taken. The work is checked by immediate supervisors or by another step in the account keeping process, and they also do related work as required. It's pretty generic. They have typical work activities listed. I can email everyone this, but I listen.
so you would like, I'm sorry, you would like the treasurer, a deputy treasurer, the deputy clerk, and an account clerk? Is that what you're looking for?
Well, yeah. Have you seen what goes on in that office? Have you actually sat in there for a day?
No, I work all day. I don't come here
Okay,
during the
no,
day usually.
I'm just asking because
Yeah,
I think they're overwhelmed, and I'm going to be blunt with you. If you're worried about $56,000 and you're losing $500,000 a year, and that's over the last 3 years, I think you're making a big mistake.
So the salary would be 56,000.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, do you know
Except
the
for
reason
40
why
hours.
the underbilling? I mean, why?
We don't know.
Is it because of?
John and I have surmised a couple of things, and through looking at bills, I've analyzed a couple of things, but there's not one particular aspect of it that is the problem. What we'd like to do is we'd like to meet with the meter company, Edmunds, who has the billing program, Roberta, the treasurer, myself, and the water department, and try to, assimilate what is going on there.
Right.
Because I think there's multiple reasons. One of the major ones I think could be the problem is the conversion, because you have meters that are still reading under cubic feet. And I don't know if that transfer from cubic feet, which is every cubic foot has almost 7.5 gallons, I don't know if that's being done properly. And I don't know if it's the input or the actual program.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, this was on, I asked, Becky, Lynn, and Jerry at the time to give me a list of 6 to 10 items that were on their list. And this was it was actually number 3.
Was number 2, and you said it was moving to number 1.
Well, I looked at the list. There was something up there regarding policies that was listed as number 1, but I don't know if that was a priority. I still have the list. I'll show you.
That's okay.
But it,
I would like to see it. I mean, I would like to see the list.
yeah, sure, yeah. So this went from 3 to number 1 because of the fact it's $500,000 that the taxpayers are losing.
I think we should find out why before we just hire another person.
But that person's
But
gonna
that
have to
person
be
is
the
gonna
one to
help.
find out why.
Well, somebody
do it.
obviously isn't doing something that makes
I would
sense.
say-
But this has
Tony
been
and the
known for
engineer.
years,
One at a
but-
time.
Wait, one at a time, please.
and wasn't addressed.
Well,
Like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
The women in the office
Mhm.
literally have been trying to spend 6 hours at a time on the phone with Edmonds to figure this out. They can't get their work done because this is so tedious and time consuming to go through all these bills. The water department has been here. They're looking at the meter readings. They're looking at a lot of different things. We have people in the village who don't even have the new meters yet. We talked about increasing the penalties for people who refuse to install the new meters. This is a mess. And I'm looking at it, this is just me personally. Yes, it's more money we're gonna have to spend, but in my mind, this is almost an investment because we need to get to the bottom of this. We're losing huge amounts of money. We can't keep going like this.
I'm not gonna say I disagree, I just think before we jump to hire somebody, maybe,
Well, I've been up in
Look
this
into it.
office, how many days a week for weeks now? It's nonstop in that office. It's crazy.
I'm
They-
sure it is, but this is the first that the board is, I mean, the 3 of you may have heard about it, but this is the first the board is hearing about it.
Correct.
So,
It was talked about at budget. I think you were there that night when John Queenan was there. Is that when were you with John Queenan at that budget session?
I don't think so. I know that Roberta had asked for a part-time person, but it wasn't about this. It was.
It was about
It was
that.
about this.
Okay, water was never mentioned, water sewer was never
Yep.
mentioned, it was not to me. When she had brought up for another person, it was to help, because at the time there wasn't, a full-time clerk in there, and they weren't really catching up, so.
John
that's just my-
Queenan mentioned in the budget.
You're right.
the
Yeah,
loss of
I
money.
think maybe that was the night I wasn't here, that's possible,
Okay.
that's very
Yeah,
possible.
because $25,000 was put in the water budget for a part-time person.
Okay. Okay.
So, is there more of a discussion? Does someone make a motion to,
I make a motion, we hire a account clerk.
an account clerk?
I'll second it for water and billing, or for billing.
Account
And account clerks, yeah,
Account
just-
clerk, yeah,
Just leave it as account clerk.
Right.
that's fine. I'll second that.
I mean, this is not something new. We just found out at budget that it's been going on for a couple of years, that these numbers have been getting worse and worse and really not being addressed that we know of. So for us to just let that keep going and not be able to recoup that money, we're talking about water fund. You can't take, water fund has to stay with water fund. You can't take general fund and fix it. So if you have water main breaks, if you have sewer breaks, that all has to stay within each fund. So what happens is when those funds run out, there's nothing. And if we're not getting our money for our services that we're rendering to the community, then we are wrong. How can we not justify that? I am up in this office. I talked to Roberta today, and every day there's another, and I understand it, and it's been talked about forever, but there is another fire that's being put out with other things that we're finding. We just looked at the insurance company, and just to give you an example, we looked at the insurance company and we just saved, $15,000 on insurance because it hasn't been looked at for a while, so we ended up getting new policy. So
It's gonna be a little less than that because of the cybersecurity.
okay, well,
They thought it
it's
was
still,
included,
it's
but it's a
still
couple
money that
grand.
is saved that we
Yeah.
didn't, that hasn't been looked at. And why haven't those things been looked at? So for me, I think that to make it better for everyone here, and the village as a whole, and be able to collect funds that we haven't been collecting and find where the issue is, that's the problem. We can't find where the issue is. We're not alone in this. There's other communities that this has been happening to. And
I know, I just think to make a decision tonight on it is a little, it hasn't been, I don't know about anybody else, but you want me to make a decision on something that I haven't discussed with anybody. I don't know, so
What's your hesitation, though?
Because I haven't discussed it. Like,
But
I'm
what
just
is-
gonna,
what is there to discuss, though?
Everything, like, I wanna know. So if everything's been discussed, if I missed that meeting, whatever, that's fine, that's my fault. Obviously, I had something else going on that night. But I can't just hire somebody without, like, knowing why, you know, I just can't.
So let me just make it,
You know what's going on. 'Cause
you're losing, no, I'm gonna explain to you again. You're losing $500,000 a year.
I understand, I understood you the first
For the
time,
l-
but for
for-
you to understand, I understood you the first time, I heard you.
For the
but-
last 3 years.
I understand that. But you sat in there for what, 2 weeks and you got this figured out or whatnot? I'm hearing this for the first time right now and you want me to make a decision like that? I don't know. I haven't seen that paper. I haven't seen any of that information.
Well,
But he's,
I understand.
I get what you're saying, but he's trying to explain it to you now. He's telling you now.
Yes,
that
but,
this
and you
went
want me to
to
make
the-
a decision right now on it.
Well, it's pretty critical what's
It's
happening.
pretty-
We are just bleeding money. We are losing
Then
so much
maybe it should have been
money.
discussed. How many,
We just are all hearing. He's been here for, we've had,
didn't you just say that this
Yeah,
has
we
been gone,
we
an
just-
ongoing?
We knew from budget
we knew
because
at
John
budget that
Quinn-
something was
Okay.
happening with our
All right,
money. We
that's fine,
knew.
do your vote, that's fine. We don't
We-
need to drag it out.
Well,
I kind of agree with Chrissy only in the sense that I get that you're telling me that we're losing this money, right? But I kind of want to see the paper that says we're losing this money. Or can you show me a report that shows me we're losing this money?
yeah.
Right, that's all I'm saying. I haven't
could
seen
show
it,
you-
so I don't
I
want to
can
make.
show you a
that
report.
decision.
I'll have John Queenan email you the report.
That would be great. That's my only point. It's like, and
That's,
I
you know,
want,
we can do it the
as
next
far as
meeting. We
where
can
the
figure it
money's
out,
coming
bring it back the next
from, all
meeting.
those things are things that I would be concerned about. And it's not so much that I disagree with the fact that we need it. I agree with Chrissy in the sense that, like, I don't know if I can fully make a decision on something I don't know fully.
Yeah, I don't fully disagree, I just don't know. I want to see it before I just agree to do something, before I agree to spend money or not spend money or whatever, that's all.
I also agree that it's not a huge amount of money to save a lot of money. I get that point. But I just want to understand this situation that everyone else has kind of seen the numbers and talked to people about, that I haven't had a chance to do any of that with.
I haven't seen any numbers except for what I'm hearing. And when I'm hearing $500,000 of loss and we're not getting it, then for me, that is an issue. And if I'm trusting in my engineer and I'm trusting in the people that are working for us, then that's who I'm trusting in, because we have those people for a reason. And when they discussed it at budget, and that's when we said we really need to look into that and what we can do. And everything happened after budget, so we got through budget. I mean, we're just getting through one step at a time, and we're finally getting back to where the board can be productive. I mean, it hasn't been, there's been questions, there's been this, there's been that, and so we are finally getting to a point where we can be productive. And I'm happy we are, because there's so much that needs to get done here that is not getting done and hasn't been getting done. So hopefully now we can move forward. I understand where you're coming from, but all I heard was 500,000, and I heard it at budget. I heard it from our engineer. I heard it from treasurer that there's not where it's coming from. And was the billing wrong? We don't know. So it's really having somebody to be able to figure that out for us. There's not enough people to figure it out. The water department has actually talked to Lynn and Tony about things that they think they can do to help. So everyone's on board to really try to help fix this situation because they know it's an issue. So that's my point of view.
So Mayor, maybe...
And it's nothing behind people's backs at all. I mean, this is just done, it just came up, it was something
So
that...
maybe Jerry and Lynn would withdraw the motion and we can put this on for the meeting in July. The manager said he was going to be looking into some of the courses. He has some inkling as to what some of these situations are. but maybe by that time we get a better pictures to satisfy other board members who have concern about.
You've had your engineer the last 2 years present this to you,
Yeah.
and it's been ignored.
Well,
And
the
now
thing
you're-
is,
now you're gonna
it's the
ignore
board's,
it.
but however, it's the board's decision to whether they want, okay, so.
I
It's
understand
it's
that.
not a point of argument, it's a point of the fact that it's the board's decision.
Can-
So
can I-
you
can I
made your
finish?
point, you made your point, and now it's the board's decision.
Can I ask Tony a quick question here?
Sure.
Have a
Tony-
good evening.
Excuse me, Tony.
Tony, just a quick question.
What's that?
On that billing,
Yes.
that does not include what we're losing on sewer, correct?
Excuse me?
Doesn't include what we're losing on sewer also as a result of the
I
rumble?
don't know because I didn't analyze that. I can't answer that. You might be, you might not. I'm not positive.
Because the point I'm trying to make is that our water bills, when we get our water bills, there's actually a higher number based on that usage of water on the sewer building. So I would guess that if we're losing $55 million a year on water, we're also losing a sizable chunk on sewer rates.
Agreed, because they're connected. I agree. So what's the board's pleasure? Tony, thank you for staying.
You're welcome.
Well, the motion is already on the board.
I'm sorry?
I already made a motion and was seconded.
Oh, it was, okay. To accept.
Hire account clerk.
Okay. So let's do a roll call. Jared,
Nay.
Jerry,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
Jose.
Yes, just to qualify that it is the board's decision, it was not a point of argument, and getting, storming out of the meeting, I don't know what that was all about.
I can't hear you.
It's a yay or nay.
So anyway,
It's a yes.
so yes on it.
Yeah, oh, Christie?
No.
I'm a yes, thank you. So, yes. So there were 5 to 2. All right, meeting rules and presentation, I'm going to table this. There was a lot of things that were on there that I didn't like and want in, so we were just going to table it. We're going to look at it again and put it back out to you again for meetings, okay, for the next meeting. So we're going to table the meeting thing for next meeting.
7.
Letter E.
Was it July?
July.
July meeting,
July 7. July 7. This is July 7. This is July 7. You got it. Okay. So public comment of the board.
Excuse me.
Oh.
I still have the thing.
Oh,
with the
yes, I'm
air
sorry,
conditioner.
Jerry. Go ahead.
So, this room, as you can see now, temperatures aren't that
Oh,
high.
yeah, I do.
Can barely maintain 74 degrees, and the thermostat is set at 72. We've been told by many people, and this actually started in February, to price out the air conditioning for this room. For some reason, it fell between the cracks. So, and at the same time, we declared this a cooling center. When you get a few people in here, and we're kind of lucky tonight, it's light and it's cool outside, we're not getting so many. So I would see that as an emergency. I do have a price here from the company that does all our work here anyway, our maintenance and all, of $29,995 to replace those 2 units in the back. And at the same time, they will also heat the room. Those radiators do not work anymore. Our boiler is completely out, so we need also heat in here. Earlier in February, there was a second price of $28,380. That was by a different company. However, it didn't cover the same size units. The ones that are proposed for the $29,995 are bigger units. And this price actually went up from the February price because of the cost of materials. If we agree to go with perfect temperature, they can actually do it within a week.
This has been ongoing as well. The library had the issue in the winter, there was no heat, and so that's what started it, and that was winter. And this has been going on way before February. So the library ended up waiting and waiting and waiting. They couldn't wait any longer, so they took it upon themselves and they did their own units. So at one time there was a quote for both library and the village part of this, and it kind of got stalled. And what happened is that the library moved forward. I'm correct, John, right? You're on the board, yes. So the library moved forward with their units, but we still need to have our units done, and that's where we are. We are a cooling center for the county. We're probably the only one in the town of Montgomery. I don't know how far it goes out, but we are the only one in the town of Montgomery for people to come to be cooler. We do need to probably set some policy on that as well, because we do not have a policy on that. So there's another policy we have to work on. So many things that have to work here. We're finding many things that need to get taken care of. I know that I had spoken to Fred a while ago, because I know it had been happening, and Jerry followed up and finished up with it, because I worked, but I had said something to Fred, can you at least get us another quote on just our part of it now instead? So Jerry followed up with that.
Oh, and incidentally, this comes with a 10-year warranty.
Okay, so any questions from the board members to Jerry?
Do you have to have 3 quotes on this? I'm sorry, do you have to have 3 quotes on this because of the price?
Not from what I read from the policy book. If it's an emergency, we can go up to $35,000 without.
But it's been going on for months.
I know. I didn't drop the ball. I just got.
No, I know. I'm just saying. If it's, if we got the first quote back in February, now it's an emergency when it's been going on for months.
I agree. It was done under the previous village manager was collecting the quotes, and they're dated February 10th and February 8th.
Okay.
And I don't know why it wasn't brought forward.
John,
Well, you have your procurement policy right,
I just read it,
Further
right?
back.
We have it.
but 29, is that 29,000 or
29,000 for heat and air conditioning.
Now, did that same company make a bid? It's a little higher than their prior bid?
I'm sorry?
The company that made the bid
The one I
now,
have
made
now.
that bid in February as well,
Yes.
as part of a competitive, and was their
It was
price
a little
lower?
bit, it was a little bit lower. But
Was-
again,
The price
we're
is
in the
going up.
midst of the summer, and
Right.
it's the
Right.
most expensive time to get air conditioning.
Well,
It
I'm
wasn't
just-
a different company, I'm sorry? Did I misunderstand that earlier?
There is a bill here or a quote here that was given in February, which was 28 and change.
From a different company or from the same
A
company?
different company, the same
Okay.
company that did the library.
Okay. And do you have a quote from February for the perfect temperature as well? You have
Yes.
them all there?
Yes.
Can we see them?
Sure.
Thank you.
Now, where's the process on being a
I have
cooling
an
center?
order
Does
for
someone from the
perfect
county come out to certify that your air conditioning is adequate? How
Not that
does
I'm,
that process work?
I'm not aware of that. From what I understand, we just accept the responsibility and say this is a cooling center. And then the county designates it as a cooling center for the local people here.
For the 29,000, what does it cover? Covers these 2 units?
It's new lines to 2 units. They're both heat, thermostats, the outside units, the condensers, and the wiring. And they're also Wi-Fi able to.
This is library, this isn't for here.
That's the one for the library. They had to pay.
Yes, so we don't have another one for here, is what I'm saying. He doesn't have another quote for here.
There was one a while ago. I don't know who it was with.
I don't see another estimate, another quote for this room.
Besides,
Besides that.
It was done as an overall project, but the library one was taken out of that.
So previously, in February, it was combined with the library and this room,
Yes.
According to what those papers were,
and
I mean, I
then,
found those on the desk inside.
but then the current one is just this room, and
Yes.
it's a lot more,
The latest quote is just this room.
and it's more than the both of them?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
$1,000. What is it, 28
Did you
to
happen to
29?
reach back out to WK
No,
Mechanical
Yeah.
just
the
for a
newest
quote for
one.
just this room?
No.
This is February.
No.
Where's the newest one?
This is the newest one.
He's trying to get this done for
This is
This
just
summer.
the
the
other
cooling
day.
summer.
So
I
that's
understand that.
$29,995, but this is for both the library and this room from February.
Yes,
And he has 28,
yeah,
right,
exactly.
yep.
And we didn't go with it. We didn't do it, yes, exactly.
but this one, this company, for both rooms, back in February was 36. So how do we know that this guy isn't gonna come in lower when this quote is higher than this quote and these are both? Do you know what I'm saying?
You're saying, this is probably the final one for the library? That's what they did
It's the library and this room.
for this?
Mm-hmm.
Because they were doing them together, they could give you a better price to do them together, but we didn't jump on that. We
And
didn't,
that's what this is together at the same time, no?
yes, but we didn't jump on either one of them.
Well,
So
this
here
is
we-
$10,000 more, $8,000 more.
But we could have jumped on that one, we didn't. What I'm saying is,
I
nothing got
understand.
jumped on, so,
Right, so
just-
this is $8,000 more for
Okay.
the same stuff.
well.
How do we know this isn't gonna
It's
be,
probably not the same equipment. I think there was a difference in the equipment, that's what John was saying.
that
There was
what
a
you
difference
said,
in the
Jerry?
equipment that they were using.
This was a better quality of
When I
unit.
spoke to John,
Yes.
John, not this
Christie.
John, the other
I
John.
heard him, I just heard you.
See, part of the problem with, anytime I've been on this board, when we reach out for bids, we should be given the specs for the bids,
Yeah, 100%.
okay? We
Thank
shouldn't rely on the people giving us prices because we're not comparing the same things,
I agree 100%.
okay? But I ran with this as quickly as I could to get somebody in here.
I just think
Perfect
there
temperature
should
happened to
be-
be in the building.
I just think there should be 3 quotes. I'm gonna go back to the doors for,
Right.
The gym.
1034.
it got put out, there was one quote for $15,000, and everybody lost their mind. I just think there should be 3 quotes for that much money, that's all.
If we get 3 quotes, this is the problem, I say, if we try to get 3 quotes, we're gonna be a couple more weeks into the summer. And then we don't know when.
I can help you if you'd like. I can try to get 1 or 2 this week.
You can have the whole packet if you want.
I'd be more than happy to help this week.
Okay, I don't care, but the thing is, try to get somebody to do it once the heat really hits full steam,
Okay.
and you're not gonna get anybody.
Just, I'll read you the section for emergency purposes is cites to 1034 of the general municipal law, which says notwithstanding the provisions of subdivision 1 of this section, in the case of a public emergency arising out of an accident or other unforeseen occurrence or condition whereby circumstances affecting public buildings, public property, or the life, health, safety, or property of the inhabitants of a political subdivision or district will require immediate action which cannot await competitive bidding or competitive offerings. Contracts for public works or the purchase of supplies, material, or equipment may be let by the appropriate officer, board, or agency of a political subdivision or district therein. So it's potential, I mean, it's your decision as to whether you think it fits. I think it fits more closely in some of the aspects. I don't know whether it's a result of an accident, but it is a result of your designation as a cooling agency. But so, it's your decision. I don't know if you could authorize someone specific to solicit 3 bids and convene or, give authorization for that person to select, or, if you authorize the village manager to solicit 3 quotes and then confer with you individually and then select a contractor, so you wouldn't have to wait the full 3 weeks to another meeting. That may be a possibility if that's,
Well, the manager
Or you
has the capability of spending
Right.
X amount of money too. In here, the manager has X amount of money they can spend. as well, without being approved. So let's leave it at this. Christy, you do your research if we can get that to Tony, and you two work together to see what we can put together quickly. And hopefully, maybe if you want a special meeting to run it through, I don't care, we can have a special meeting.
Okay.
I'm all about those, so let's grab them done.
Okay.
Just to remind everybody, this is not only used for our board meetings, but it's also, I was in here last night, the planning board
Right.
was 79 degrees in here.
And we have
And
court,
we have court in here, and
there's some sort of children activities that go on
Yes,
here
during the
too.
day, there's
Yeah,
children.
for
Yeah, I
library.
find it hard to say that it's an emergency when it's been going on for months.
Do you hear
But
the noise?
it's
It
summer
craps
now,
out,
that's
though.
the difference.
It was winter. I mean, I'll work as fast as I can this week, if that's okay with everybody. If not, then we'll do what we can with it, and I just would like, I mean, it's $30,000.
No, I'm not
I would like to
disagreeing
see
with
3
you.
quotes. You know, it could be completely outrageous. It could be, you know, he could be the best one, he could do great. I'd just like to see 3 quotes, knowing
there
it's that
was
much
money budgeted for these heating and
Mhm.
repairs in the building. I don't remember what the numbers were, but it was in there.
Okay.
All right, so the pleasure of the board is to have Christy work on that, meet with or email Tony, get him involved in that as well. And how will we make a decision then? Because we can't meet before July 7th, or we can, but.
I think in this situation that the village manager should make the decision.
They could make a motion to authorize the village manager after soliciting 3 bids and consultation with village board members to award a bid for award a contract for the purchase of two
Yes.
systems.
Heat and air conditioner, okay. So there's the motion. Who wants to make a motion?
So move.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Cheryl. Jose and Cheryl, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Jerry, I'll make copies before we leave, so you can keep the originals on it, and this way I'll just take copies.
All right. Okey-doke. Public comment from the public? Yes, Brenda. Brenda Adams.
First off, thank you, everybody that came to Flag Day. I hope you enjoyed yourself. We enjoyed the program even more than we thought we were going to. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. Secondly, I forgot to mention before that I thought it was very nice, commendable of Fred Perna in retirement to come in and discuss how the meters work, the hydrants work. I thought that was very nice of
Agreed.
him. And the last thing I have just popped up a little while ago, because many of the items that the attorney mentioned that should be in the comp plan or should be discussed were discussed at committee. So if there's anything that you need to know, I'm sure some committee members would be able to fill you in on where it was. Lynn was on the committee. Becky, were you on it at all?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's
Brenda
all
was
that
there.
was. That was all that was left, Lynn. But there was a lot of things we discussed, and let's say we selected not to go with. So just keep that in mind as you go through it. I'm sure other members of the committee would be willing to tell you how they felt. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Mary Ellen? Thanks for being my runner. Thanks for being my runner.
Oh, I always am, because I'm the little one. All right, I'm gonna talk about the comp plan issue too, because I'm kind of surprised to hear the attorney bring that up tonight when it could have come to or been brought up at any of the committee meetings. The attorney could have participated and come to any of the committee meetings. The attorney could have advised the former manager, if he feels so strongly about some of the items he brought up, that those items were not included at the committee level. I really think that we do have a vision for this village. I've worked on the comprehensive plan, numerous comprehensive plans since 2005, and I've even had input to the current town comprehensive plan. So I'm not a stranger to what a vision is. And I think that we do have a vision for our community. We work on it every day. We work on it as a women's club member, community council members, historical society members, all of the groups that are out there and that I've been in touch with and working with for over 20 years have a vision of this community. And I'm going to say, I think our vision is based on reality. It's a preservationist vision. It's a conservative vision. It's based on the realities of the issues that exist in our village, two of which you talked about tonight, the two big ones, water and sewer. And that has dictated the vision and the planning in the village of Walden since 2005. And until the day that somebody drops a huge bucket of money on us to fix the sewer plant, it's going to continue to be dictated by that reality of where we can, what we can actually expand to, or do we want to expand to? How do we keep control over our village and make it, continue to make it livable for the people who are here and have been here for many, many years? Not that we don't want new people. I was new once. You were new once. Other people up here were new once. But we fit into the community and we work with the community and we try to maintain it to the best level that we can. And I'm just kind of disappointed to hear of this last ditch pitch. It's a pitch. It was a pitch. I'm sorry, John. It was a pitch. And it historically, it makes me think of something very unpleasant that happened in the town of Montgomery. And I hope that this input that you're putting forward, which has been put forward by other organizations in Orange County repeatedly at numerous comp plan meetings, at planning board meetings, for years and years and years, and I'm not going to go name any names or any programs, but I just hope that that's not the intention of what you discussed or brought up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Ellen.
Thank you.
Wenda?
Wenda Heaney, Ridge Avenue, Walden. I didn't say anything about the hydrant law, but then I'm hearing, because I have a hydrant I've been taking care of for 40-some years, okay? On my other property also is a hydrant that we have to take care of. No sidewalks, so I'm hearing liability. And that's got me confused because I have no idea what you're talking about with liability. I mean, are you going to put us liable for the entire neighborhood if something happens and we can't clean the hydrant in time or something like that? That's my only comment up here tonight.
No, I think most people were talking about a fine, because when you don't shovel your sidewalk, you can be fined for not shoveling your sidewalk within 24 hours. Okay. So what happens is that's a liability because people walk on the sidewalk to go up the street, right? So I use that word as a liability for that. It wasn't meaning that the fire hydrants would be a liability to you. It's just that we're looking to have them cleaned so that they would be, and whether there be a fee attached to it, that's one concern that some of the board members had, whether there's a fee, that if you have a fire hydrant in front of your home, you'd be responsible for that and you'd have to shovel that out, and which you do, but there are people who do not.
No,
so
I get that, and I guess it's because my son was in the fire department and everything else. But, no, so I understand that. But then I don't know if it would be when you have the public comment or the idea, you know, if somebody's away and they can't do their hydrant, then we have to make sure we have people, and this is also so other people can hear my comments, you have to make sure you have someone come to be able to do your hydrant. You know, because the fire department used to back you up. But if you're not gonna have the fire department backing people up, then people would have to make sure that they are hiring somebody to do it if you're out of town or you're sick or something.
Right,
Is
and that
what-
might be able to be part of the policy as well, that if you have, I don't know, the board, the people on the committee will discuss that as well about the policy, whether the policy could be, the fee would be this, but if you let the fire department know, or you let the police department know, or somebody might be able to shovel it out for you. So that could be part of a policy, so.
Okay, well,
there's-
that would be another concern that I just thought
Yeah,
of
thank you,
while I
that's
was
great.
sitting back there.
It's great. It's
Okay.
awesome. We love
Thank
love
you.
comments, so don't just sit back there, make comments. It's all good. So perfect.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. Anybody else from the public would like to speak? No? All right. So we're up for correspondence. Anyone have correspondence? I did get a voicemail, which I'm going to say is a correspondence, very angry about what's happening in the building department and getting the letters that were sent out. We'll discuss that in executive session, so just so you know that. And it's not our building inspector that's at fault. So just so you know, I'm not blaming anyone. It's just where it's headed. That's all. Public comments from the board. Oh, anybody else have correspondence? Anyone?
Yes, I received something from the historian about a presentation Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. at the, I don't have it in front of me, the Jacob Walden House. Yes, about trade cutlery and the history in the village.
You want to show it to Lynn? Lynn, there you go.
3 knife shops. No, I have it.
Oh, okay.
I'll read it to you. The story of the knife industry in Walden, how Walden became known as the Sheffield of America, Wednesday, June 17th, 7 p.m. at the Jacob T. Walden House, 34 North Montgomery Street in Walden. Our village historian, Mary Ellen Matisse, will present a program about the development of the pocket knife industry in Walden. She does do a very excellent job with her presentations. I think she's now famous for her presentation on the Mastodon.
Thank you. Anyone else from the board? Correspondence? Okay. So we'll go miscellaneous comments from the board. We'll start with Jared.
One of the things I just wanted to say is, like, when we were at the firehouse for our meeting afterwards, it was really great to see all the volunteer firefighters working together, just realizing and just being so proud of our fire department.
Jerry.
Nothing.
Okay. Lynn.
Nothing, just I'd like to echo Brenda's sentiments about Flag Day. It was a well-attended event. It was a little different format this year. It was fun. We have some very, very historically interested people in our village that nailed a lot of those questions. It was really a good time. Thank you.
Cheryl.
Same sentiment. Also to thank the students from the elementary school that did a very lovely presentation about the 100-year history in our community room. It's not easy even for adults to have to stand up and speak in front of people. So it's really impressive to see such youngsters do such a beautiful presentation. So I thank them all for doing that.
Jose.
Flag Day was really very, very nice. Thank you, Brenda. That was the committee. My other comment is on this, the resolution for the meetings, the rules. Somebody needs to go through that because it talks about supervisor, it talks about town clerk. So we got to.
That's why it's tabled.
She tabled it till next meeting.
I know.
Because it
So
wasn't.
before it comes back to us, somebody should do a search and replace.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you. Anything else? Jose, anything else?
That's it.
Okay, Christy.
I also attended Flag Day. It was very nice. It was a little warm out, but it was entertaining. I do apologize. I had to leave a little early there, so I missed the end, but I heard good things about it there. We're up National Night Out. I do want to bring up Gladstone. I know I probably sound like a broken record there, but something has to be done with the parking. Right now, it shows alternate sides. From Schofield to Clinton, it is on the west side. But I can tell you from Grandview to Kelmore, people are parking on the west side, and it's dangerous. Every time I pull out, I worry about it. Every time my kid goes to work, I worry he's gonna get hit. Every time my parents leave my house, I worry somebody's gonna hit them. You can't see, you can't, I would like to try to do something between Grandview and Kelmore. Maybe have them park on the east side, and then the rest of the street going down from Kelmore down to Hillcrest is, I think it's wide enough to get people through. Right now, the way people park between Grandview and Kelmore, it's tight because they park on both sides. So if you had to get an emergency vehicle down there, ambulance, anything, you're not doing it. You're not making that corner to get down into Grandview. If you have to go up Grandview, you're not making that corner to get on Gladstone. It's difficult, and it's a lot of the times it's all times of the day.
Well, we have done street visits before. We did Valley Avenue at one time for parking there with fire trucks. We did Albany Avenue, we did Overlook Terrace, we did one. We can certainly set up a meeting with the board to do why don't we do that maybe the second meeting in July, so we get through some of this other stuff.
Whatever,
Okay,
you know, and if
second.
somebody just wants to stop by or, you know,
Well,
say,
it could
hey,
be,
I'm coming up
it could
or
be
something.
a group, it could be a group, we could all go, we could meet, we can
However you
discuss
wanna
it, you
do
can
it.
see it, you
But
have
it's
to,
dangerous.
we actually let the public know as well, so you'd have to be sending a letter out to the public, because the public would be a part of that meeting, because they live there, so they'd wanna know what's happening, so
Yeah,
that could
that
be something.
seems to be the only issue that I see on that road pretty much is right in that area. It's hard when you're coming up the hill to turn off of any of those hills to see coming either way because
I'll put you
they're
on,
parked on there.
you can follow through with
So,
that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Making sure we get a meeting set, okay? Sounds good.
That was it.
Okay, that's it.
Thanks, Sam.
I want to say thank you to Brenda. She's so great at Flag Day. She's kind of our leader of the group over there. I know it's a team effort, but you do so much for it, so we appreciate that so much. I would like to have the codes start to happen again. I know, John, your office has some of that we discussed with
We had
Mr. Revelle.
forwarded several.
Yeah,
So they're-
I just want to get moving
Yep.
again, so whatever we can put together for the next meeting to at least get the board to read them and not necessarily, maybe set a public hearing for those because we've been through them, it's been months, so I want to start that again too. So codes from there, whatever we can send us, codes, and we have the public hearing on the fire hydrants for the next meeting as well. So that's what all I have, thank you. We do have executive session this evening.
Yes, for advice of counsel and, as I understand it, for, get the-
We do have employment history of 2 employees going in for that.
okay,
That's one, but then the other is for what we discussed this afternoon, for
Yeah.
attorney-client, or however you want to take us.
attorney-client for the one, and the other one is information relating to current or future investigation or prosecution of an offense which would imperil effective law enforcement if disclosed.
Okay, perfect. Anyone make a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Christy and Cheryl. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, public, for coming this evening.
Thank you.
This is from Kathy. This is what she wants to give the public.